if I'm interested in learning, and and then, there's by myself and alone, and I can, I can concentrate. I'm just, figuring things that, um, doing schoolwork or not, or relaxing by myself, listening to music, things like that. Or then when I'm outside, particularly sunny days, it's weird, but sunny days throw me off and give me anxiety. Um, I can like go outside, be with friends, and feel fine. Or I can go out to a party and not be afraid of like where I am or who I'm with, or make sure that I have things near, people near me, or um,
Are you taking any of the pharmaceuticals now?
Klonopin. Yeah,
What is Klonopin?
it's a benzo. It's for anxiety. So it goes like Xanax, which they barely prescribe, Ativan, and Klonopin. Um, and so, yeah, I have Klonopin. Um, I got Prozac from the psychiatrist, and I didn't take it. As soon as I started taking it, I have TMJ, and it busts up my jaw if I take it, because I'm wound pretty tight. I did start to feel a little better, but my concentration just went. It's harder for me to. I mean, at this point, I guess it wouldn't matter since my focus is already pretty bad. I mean, there are a few times where I can wake up, have caffeine, and it'll work. Like I'll be able to study, and like I can focus, whether it be from anxiety or whatever, or me myself. Um,
What do you see for your future? Where do you see yourself in 3 years or 5 years?
um, is it what I want to see or what I see? I don't know. I guess recently, it's like I'd want to see myself in med school, but recently I see myself like giving up and just trying to find some kind of job that will have me or make like a little above minimum wage. And I see myself probably in the same place I am now. Um, and I haven't gotten that really feeling out of me. Usually I think I see myself in above and beyond places. um, but I don't really see that right now. I would like to be at med school, finishing up. Um, I'd like to do a lot of things. Um, yeah.
Dana?
Sure. What time do you have, by the way?
2:30.
2:30? Okay, good. You asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Let's see.
Thank you.
Remember when we were at the coffee shop and you were telling me about how you have anxiety when watching cartoons?
Yeah.
Can you describe that just
Oh,
from the
God.
beginning?
So I have to explain it to people a lot too. I mean, mostly like I can watch it and I'll be okay, but with my boyfriend it's hard because he likes cartoons or like different animation, and it's kind of hard for me to watch it. I think it is I don't like it when things aren't real. So like I think of like Bugs Bunny, or where is it where it's like he's always getting a piano dropped on him. It's like someone's laughing or something. I think it just really kind of scares me to think of a thing or a person, because they make them like they're people when they're not, which is in itself a little weird, but that doesn't care about someone else. And there's even movies where it, like musicals, sometimes when it like pops out of reality, kind of not so much out of reality, but I think it's mostly like the interpersonal relationships. When those aren't like, I mean, they don't have to be good interpersonal relationships, but when they're not like kind of real or it doesn't show that, I think that's what makes me scared. But I always have been. I mean, I was really afraid of Alice in Wonderland. It scared the life out of me. And when I think about that, there's a lot of people not caring. I mean, I am claustrophobic, so that could be a big one. She's trapped in that darn hole, and she always has things going wrong with her. But I mean, I liked Beauty and the Beast, you know, as a little kid, you know. But yeah, I don't know what it is. But yeah, and it depends on the one too. A lot of the newer ones, you know, I just watched Frozen. It was fine, but it's like now they're gearing it more towards, you know, older people, and there's but if I'm already having anxiety, I don't usually like to watch cartoons.
Trying to think more along those lines.
Do you want me to tell you something else that?
Sure.
This is a really funny one and weird, but if I go on Google Maps and I type in, like, you know, the iPhone map or whatever, and I type in a location, and it brings me to another part of the world or something like that, and it zooms out too far, and there's the ocean, I get like an instant rush of fear. And I don't know how long that's been, but it's really quite strange. I don't like it. Yeah.
What do you think?
And my heart kind of starts, I have no clue. It's really bizarre to me, even. I don't know.
What else, like, what other kinds of weird random things make you anxious like that?
I think I said it before, but sometimes when it's like a really sunny day, it makes me anxious. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I tend to like gloomy days more. Maybe it makes me feel more comfortable, or, you know, something poetic like that. I'm gloomy, so I want to be in the gloom. But yeah, it's like it's too bright. It's too much, and it feels, I guess, fake. It's weird. Now I'm thinking of a kind of a nightmare I had as a kid, and it was really sunny, and it was on grass, and I don't know if little things were popping up and getting me. And it might have been a night terror because my dad was trying to wake me up. I don't know if I had terrors, but yeah, I don't know.
So things seeming too fake or too artificial just kind of creeps you out.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have a real fear, like you know, in scary movies where they have their eyes closed and they open them. It scares the life out of me, which scares my mom too. So, but how, like, that's something that scares me. But you know, or like in horror films, and when I would have a lot of dreams of like my mother or something not remembering me. Like, you know, some kind of an amnesia thing, or like when people are schizophrenic in the end of the movie, you know, I don't like to watch those movies because it will leave like a lingering anxiety with me, you know. But I mean, they're creepy to most people, you know, like when you find out that, you know, he's, you know, but yeah, I don't know of much others. I'm sure there's a lot of things that set off my anxiety too that I don't know. And I'm going to a counselor now that I just started, and she's supposed to be really good at helping me figure out what it is for a lot of them. But yeah, I'm sure there are some weird things. But
If you had answered this to Diana as she asked it, how does the anxiety affect your relationship and your love life? How does all of that put stress on it and put challenges and so forth? How does it?
It's puts a lot of stress on my boyfriend. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a position I don't want to be in. You know, like I want to be like that kind of woman that's just, you know, happy and somewhat, you know, independent, and, you know, not that I want to be like the really fake type, because they bother me, but I don't want to have this problem. And I feel like a lot of times it helps me to say I'm having anxiety, and so he has to hear I'm having anxiety a lot, and it's not easy for him, and I think it's probably taken a huge toll on him, in terms of work, and he gets nervous over it, you know, and worries about me, and yeah, I mean, I think it goes a lot deeper than that too, in terms of me and how I react to him. I don't think I've fully like assessed all of that yet, but I think that there are times where I will feel distant because I'm having like this fear, and maybe he's a part of it, and I'll portray him in it, or like if I'll feel really alone, or I'll feel, you know, something that doesn't really need to be there, doesn't really make sense. Yeah, and it yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff, I guess.
Has being with someone, well, has being with someone helped your anxiety or made it worse, and how?
God. Well, definitely helped. I mean, like, he's definitely very comforting, and, you know, like, anxiety was worse when I'm not with someone, so it makes me like incredibly clingy, which I also don't want to be, because like I said, my content place is when I can be alone and independent and thinking about things, you know. So yeah, that's hard. And I already forgot the question.
Could you start it with being with someone when I'm anxious makes me clingy, or something along the lines of
Yeah, so being with someone when I'm anxious makes me clingy. Yeah, definitely clingy. It makes him always have to take care of me, almost. Like, I feel like I'm a child, per se. And I'm not saying he doesn't have his problems, because I think that genuinely I pick people around me that also have some form of mental illness in some form, because I could go along with that whole fear factor of people